Hello students, welcome back to our video. So in the last video we started with the chapter number 8, that is sources of business finance, and in that we also started discussion with the meaning of business finance and the need of business finance. So now let's begin with the new point, that is importance of finance in business firm. Why it is important, why finance is very important for any business. So finance is such an axis around which all the financial activities rotate. Capital can be compared with the human blood. So in short, it means that capital is a kind of human blood. Without blood, a human cannot survive. In the same manner, any business without finance or without money, any business cannot run. Therefore, it is said that capital can be compared with the human blood. The importance of blood in a human body is almost equal to the importance of capital in business unit. To run all the activities of business on time, a proper financial system is inevitable. Without capital, without finance or without capital, transactions of business unit is impossible. Without money, transactions, or we can say any transactions of business is impossible. It cannot take place. Amount of finance is limited and alternative uses are as many. Therefore, the use of funds should be done optimally. So, in short, we can say that capital, or we can say finance, is a lifeblood for any business. As human beings cannot survive with the blood, same way any business cannot run without the capital or without the finance. Therefore, the uses of fund, or we can say use of money, should be done optimally. Due to non-availability of sufficient fund, business has to face many difficulties. As business do not have sufficient fund, all the business do not have sufficient fund. That's why they have to face many difficulties. Creditworthiness of business unit is affected if there is delay in making payment to creditors. Sometimes the firm has to ignore the opportunity of high profit investments and overlook the advantages of cash discount, face difficulty in timely purchase of raw materials, and etc. So this way importance of finance is very much for any business. It is considered as the lifeblood for any business. Okay, so now let's see the owner's fund. Owner's fund. So owner's fund can be divided into three types: equity share, preference share, and the retained profit, or we can say ploughing back of profit. Owner's fund means like the person who is going to start the business, that is known as owner funds, or we can say the outsider public, whoever purchases the shares of that company, is also known as the owner's fund. So owner's fund can be divided into three types, that is equity share, second one is preference share, and the third one is retained profit, or we can say ploughing back of profit. Now again, equity share can also be of three types, that is ordinary equity share, then sweat equity share, and the other equity share. These are the types of equity shares. And preference share also can be of two types. First one is redeemable preference shares to be redeemed before 20 years, and the redeemable preference shares to be redeemed after 20 years. Now let us look at each of them in a detailed manner. So now let's start first with the equity share. Meaning of equity share. So equity share means the shares having the last right to receive dividend as well as capital as compared to preference shares are known as equity shares. Equity shares means the shares which have the last right to receive the dividend as well as the capital as compared to preference shares are known as equity shares. Now let us look at the first characteristics. By understanding characteristics, it would be very easy to understand the meaning of equity shares. So first characteristic is true owners. That means these type of shareholders are called true owners of company or faithful companions because they take more risk than the preference shareholders. So this is the one point, that equity shareholders, those people who hold or who purchase the equity shares of that company, have more risk than the preference shareholders. That's why they are known as the true owners of the company, because they have more risk than the people who are holding the preference shareholders. So this is the first characteristic. Then second one is right to vote. So equity holders have right to cast votes as per the share held by them. So every person have those who are holders of equity shares have a right to vote according to the as per the shares they hold. If they hold 100 shares, then they have 100 votes available. Okay, so equity shareholders have right to cast votes as per the shares held by them. Then third one is rate of dividend. For such shareholders, the dividend and the rate of dividend is not fixed. So for the people who are holding equity shares, for them the dividend and the rate of dividend is not fixed. Then fourth one is profit related. Dividend receivables to such shareholders is related with profit. Hence, dividend will decrease with the profit. In short, we can say the dividend for the equity shareholders depends on the profit. For example, if that business have made more profit, then they will get more dividend. But in case business makes the less profit, then they will get less dividend. So the dividend receivables or dividend of the equity shareholders is related with the profit. So it will increase or decrease with the profit. Then fifth one is general meeting. These shareholders have right to attend the general meeting, vote and elect the directors. So the equity shareholders have right to attend the general meeting, vote and elect the directors. Then sixth characteristic is repayment of capital. Generally, the shares capital is not repaid during the existence of company. So share capital is not repaid during the until that company exists. The share capital is not repaid. Then seventh one is dissolution, or we can say liquidation. So at the time of liquidation, after the repayment of capital to preference shareholders, capital is repaid to equity shareholders if surplus funds are available. So at the time of liquidation of the company, first repayment of capital is done to the preference shareholders, and after that capital is repaid to equity shareholders if there is surplus fund. Surplus means more fund. If more funds are available, then and then only capital is repaid to equity shareholders. But the first preference is given to the preference shareholders. Repayment of capital is first done to the preference shareholders during the dissolution of the firm, and after that capital is repaid to equity shareholders if surplus funds are available. Then eighth one is shares of qualifications. If there is a provision in the memorandum and director have given consent to become the elected directors of the company, then this share is considered as shares of qualifications. Okay. Then ninth characteristic is capital benefits. These shareholders receive various benefits: right share, bonus share, benefit of arising due to increase in share price in market, etc., called capital benefits. So the equity shareholders also gets many capital benefits such as right shares, bonus shares, then benefit arising due to the increase in share price or increase in profit, called capital benefits, and the last one is registration of shares. So this type of shares are registered in recognized share market, so the purchase and sale of shares at market price can be done freely. So registration of equity shares of any company is done through the recognized share market, so that the purchase on and the sale of shares at market price can be easily done. So now let us again go to the meaning of equity shares. So equity shares is having a large right to receive the dividend as well as the capital as compared to preference shares are known as equity shares. So in the characteristic we saw that repayment of capital and during the dissolution, so first preference is given to, or we can say repayment of capital is first done to preference shareholders at the dissolution of company, and after that the capital is repaid to the equity shareholders only if the surplus funds are available. Okay, and in the dividend also, first dividend is receivable to the preference shareholders, and dividend of equity shareholders depends on the profit. If profit is higher, then they will get higher dividend, and if profit is lower, then they will get lower dividend. So the shares having last right, because equity shareholders have the last right, because first right is given to preference shareholders. So the shares having the last right, that's why it is called last right to receive the dividend as well as the capital as compared to preference shares are known as equity shares. Got it? Got the meaning of equity shares and characteristics of equity shares. Okay, so now we are going to stop here. In the next video we would be continuing with the types of equity shares. There are many types of equity shares, so we are going to continue with the types of equity shares. So if you have any questions or any doubts, please feel free to comment below the video. Thank you.